Question tags. A1. Here's a quick explanation on question tags. What is a question tag? A question tag is something that you can add to the end of a statement to turn it into a question. For example, this film is terrible, isn't it? She works in Japan, doesn't she? If the statement is positive, then the tag will be negative. This train goes to Barcelona, doesn't it? The goes is positive, so the tag is negative. You can swim, can't you? The can is positive, so the tag is negative. And if the statement you're making is negative, then the tag will be positive. So for example, you won't forget to call that client back, will you? The statement is negative, so the tag at the end is positive. You can't drive, can you? The can't is negative, so the can is positive. So how do you form a question tag? If the statement that you're making has an auxiliary verb, then you can use it to form the tag. For example, he hasn't changed one bit, has he? In this case, we've got the auxiliary has in the negative, so we're going to use the has and turn it positive into has. So he hasn't changed one bit, has he? It was the right decision, wasn't it? In this case, we use the was, and we can turn the was into wasn't. She does look like her mother, doesn't she? In this case, we have the does, positive, so we'll take the negative, doesn't. If the statement has a modal verb, then in the same way, we can use that to form our tag. An example of that would be, they would love that, wouldn't they? Here we have the positive would in our statement, so we're going to convert the would into wouldn't. That noise couldn't be the engine, could it? Here's modal couldn't, and on the positive, could. If the statement is using the verb to be, then we can use it to form our tag. For example, that's right, isn't it? They aren't coming, are they? I am late, aren't I? Notice that the I am takes the negative aren't I. So I am, aren't I? But what if there are no modals in the sentence? There are no uses of the verb to be or any auxiliary verbs? What then? Then we use do or does. When we're working with a negative statement, our tag will be do or does. And when we're working with a positive statement, our tag will use don't or doesn't. Here's an example. In positive statements, we use don't. So don't I, don't you, don't we, don't they. And we use doesn't for he, she, and it. For example, he plays volleyball, doesn't he? Here we've got the positive plays. It's not an auxiliary verb, it's not the verb to be, it's not a modal verb. So he plays, it's positive, we're talking about he, so we're going to use the negative doesn't. So he plays volleyball, doesn't he? You like sushi, don't you? Here we have the positive like, so we need the negative don't. Don't you? It rains a lot here, doesn't it? It rains is positive, So it takes the negative tag, doesn't it? We need milk, don't we? Here we've got the positive need. We need milk. And so we need to take the negative don't, which matches with the we. We don't. So we need milk, don't we? And when we're using a negative statement, then do or does will form our tag. So do I, do you, do we, do they? Or does he, does she, or does it? You don't remember, do you? So here we've got the don't, so we need the positive do. She doesn't work, does she? They don't study, do they? He doesn't live here, does he? So here's a quick test on question tags. So you might like to pause the video, go through these one by one. So I am late this morning. I am late this morning. What's the question tag here? We're using the verb to be, but we're using the I am. What do you remember about I am in the negative? The movie was quite good. She likes quiet places. He has passed his exam. You're Fred's brother. You really mustn't smoke. It looks like a storm is coming. They don't speak English. So here we go. Here are the answers. I'm late this morning, aren't I? The movie was quite good, wasn't it? She likes quiet places, doesn't she? He has passed his exam, hasn't he? You're Fred's brother, aren't you? You really mustn't smoke, must you? It looks like a storm is coming, doesn't it? They don't speak English, do they? Okay, well done. Good job. That's the end. Any questions, put them in the comments. Well done, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.